Welcome, my name is Diana and this is Mindful Movement. Today's class is called Rise and Shine, and this would be a wonderful flow to place first thing in the morning, but also you might feel like you need to rise and shine at multiple different times throughout your day, and so I hope you will choose this class in order to find that reset. So let's go ahead and get started today in a supine position on our mat. We're going to take the inner arches of our feet all the way to touch, and then gently let your knees drop wide. You might slide a pillow or a bolster under one or both knees if you need additional support. And then bring one hand to your belly center, one hand to your heart center. Close your eyes down. We'll begin just by centering the body right here in this space with 5 deep breaths. We're going to remain in butterfly through the legs, but we're going to bring in a pelvic tilt. So on your next inhale, I want you to arch your low back off of the mat, push your tailbone out, and then on your exhale, scoop your tailbone up to the sky and then pull your low back into the mat, engaging your abdomen. Inhale again, feel a little bit of air, might be able to float under the low back. Exhale, press the air all the way out, pull the rib cage in and down. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. One more cycle in and out. And find a neutral spine. Reach down with the hands, draw the knees together, and then snuggle the heels in a little closer to the hips. We're going to keep the inner arches of the feet together. Lift your arms straight up over your chest and then pull your elbows out to the sides of your chest. Press them into the mat. You can either be really engaged through your fingertips, or you can make fists with your hands. We're going to press down into the elbows, the shoulders, and the soles of the feet to lift the hips up. And then take your right leg straight up and down to the sky, and then bring that leg to hover right there beside the left leg for a breath in and a breath out, and set it down. Lift the hips up once more, and then send the left leg to the sky, point the toe, and then bring it to hover right there beside the left leg. One breath in and one breath out. Good, plant it down again, lift the hips, right leg to the sky again, lifting and hovering. Breath in, breath out, and release it. And lift the hips, left leg high, and hover. Big breath in, big breath out, and release the foot. Return the hips to the mat. Release that goalpost arm and bring your hands under your hips. Draw your legs straight up to the sky. Lift your chin and chest up, and then bring your legs to hover over the mat. We're going to flutter kick for 10 and 9, 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then relax your shoulders down. Lift your knees up to tabletop, and we're going to march with bent knees at 90 degrees for 10, and 9. Pull the low belly towards the mat. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, here's 3, and 2, and 1. Beautiful, friends. Release the feet back to the mat. Bring those inner arches of the feet to touch. Draw your elbows back out in goalpost position. Press down to lift up. And here we go again. Right leg to the sky and hover. Breath in, breath out. Set it down. Left leg to the sky. Lift the hips and hover it. Breath in, breath out. Return it. And right leg again. Lift the hips and hover. Big breath in, big breath out. And left leg up and hover. Breath in and out. Return the feet to the mat. Lower the hips. Slide your hands under the hip bones. Once again, chin tucks, shoulders lift, legs to the sky. Hover those legs over the mat. Here's our flutter kicks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the head and neck, knees up to 90. Push those heels away and alternate 90-degree. Kicking, 2, 3. Pull that low belly down. 4 and 5. Here's 6 and 7. Beautiful. 8 and 9 and 10. Excellent work, friends. Draw your knees into your chest. Untether your arms. Wrap your arms around the knees. Gently rock side to side. And we're going to go ahead and roll right off to the left side body. Extend the left leg out. Cross the right knee over at a 90-degree bend. And then we're going to take some open book. So stack your arms like alligator jaws. And we're going to open that right arm all the way up to the right side. And then exhale, close it down. Good, breathe into the right rib cage. Fill up the diaphragm. And exhale, close it down. That's 2. Big breath in, open. And close for 3. And 4. And 5. Once again, open all the way up and hold here in that thoracic lumbar spinal twist for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful work, my friends. Go ahead and make your way back onto your back. Hug your knees back into your chest. Give them a good squeeze. And then we'll send that right leg out long. Roll onto the right side of the body. Find your alligator jaws through your arms. And here we go. Breathe in, open up. Fill the rib cage. Fill the diaphragm. Exhale, close your way down for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Open, 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 and hold. 5 breaths right here. Go ahead and close your top arm all the way back down. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees back into your chest, gently massage the low back into the mat. And then we're gonna start some forward and back action of rocking and rolling. We're gonna make our way into our quadruped or our all fours position there on your mat. So bringing your knees directly below your hips, your palms directly below your shoulders. On your next natural inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin, taking cow. On your exhale, tuck your chin and round your back up to the sky. There's 5. And 4. Here's 3. And 2. And 1. Beautiful work, friends. We're gonna find a neutral spine, and then we're gonna tuck our toes under and work our way all the way up into our kneeling position. Go ahead and cross your arms across your chest. We're gonna take toes pose, drop your hips back towards your heels, hold for a breath in and a breath out, and then press up and forward, release the toes, sweep your arms high overhead, and then camel pose with goalpost arms, drop your elbows low, lift your chin and chest. Reach up, come back to a neutral spine, and then exhale, drop your elbows again, take your back bend. Beautiful, 1 breath in, stay for the breath out. Once again, reach up, neutral spine, and last time here, drop the elbows, lift the chin. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful, reach up again, and then bring your palms back to your mat. We're gonna turn our fingertips to face towards our knees with our palms facing down. You can retuck your toes or leave the tops of your feet planted, and then stretch your wrists, work your hips back towards your heels. Big breath in and out. Roll forward again, and we're going to flip over the palms, press the back of the hands down, and then once again work your hips back. Big breath in and a big breath out. Press up, back to that high kneel. We're going to circle the wrists to release them and go the other way. Beautiful, friends. From here, we're going to rock forward again, and this time we'll bring our forearms to the mat. They're parallel with each other, the opposite of our standard direction. And then we're going to step our toes back into our high plank, and we're going to rock onto the knife edge of the right foot and open the left arm to the sky. Take a full breath in, open up, look up, and then pulse the hip from floor to ceiling for 5 and 4. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Lift up and sweep the left arm down, rock onto the knife edge of the left foot. Open the left arm up to the sky. Hold it, take a big breath in, and then here we go, dip and lift for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extra lift, and return that forearm. We're going to hold high plank for 5 and 4, excuse me, not high plank, forearm plank. 3, 2, 1. We're going to rock back to the right. Option to drop to a modified position here if you need, and we're going to dip and lift for 5 and 4. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Extra lift, and rotate through the midline, open up, second side, find a full expression, and then dip for 5 and 4. Here's 3, 2, 1, open up, and forearm plank, lower, tighten glutes, rock forward, lift belly button, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the knees and then the hips and slide your forearms to face forward, taking Sphinx. Lift your chin, lift your chest, drop and press your shoulder blades down your back. And then option to press into seal if you need a little bit more. And then lower your way all the way down. Slide your palms in right underneath the shoulders and send your hips back into child's pose. Connect your forehead and soften your shoulders. Press forward again to all fours. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips high. Downward facing dog. Join me in taking a full breath in and open up your mouth. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Bend deeply at your knees and take a walk all the way to the top of your mat. Slide your palms right up to the front of your shins. Halfway lift, pull your chest forward, send your hips back. Take a big breath in. Exhale, wrap your calves, forward fold. Release the bind, sweep the arms all the way high overhead. Exhale, forward fold, dive right back down. Breathe in, find that halfway lift again. And then exhale, palms down, high plank. Rock forward on the inhale. Option to drop the knees and then lower all the way through chaturanga to your tummy. Flip over the feet, tent the fingers, low cobra. And then exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, step forward and then drop down through the left knee. Rise up, modified crescent lunge. Tuck your tailbone, guide your hips forward, and open across your chest. 5 breaths. Lift your chin, lift your chest, and then exhale, open arm twist over to the right. Reach through your fingertips and then guide your chin to look over that right shoulder. Sweep your right fingertips down, retuck the back toe, lift up, full crescent lunge, and then sweep your arms back by your sides, lightning crescent, tuck your chin. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way back up, full crescent. Step your back foot up about half of the mat and then fold forward into pyramid. Release your chin to your chest, crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, slide forward into a modified halfway lift. We're gonna slide that left toe all the way back into a low runner's lunge. Plant your palms down, pick up your right foot, three-legged dog, and then set that right leg down. Here we go on the left side, left leg lifts, breathe in, hug it in, step it forward, drop the right knee down and rise up. Modified crescent lunge, tuck your tailbone, activate the stretch through the right hip flexor and breathe. Lift your chin, lift your chest, look up, and then exhale, open arm twist to the left. And sweep the left fingertips down and retuck the right toes. Rise up, full crescent, and hold. Lift the chin and chest, breathe in. Lightning crescent, sweep your arms back, tuck your chin. And sweep your arms back up high overhead. Slide that right foot up half of the mat and fold forward, pyramid over that left leg. Find that halfway variation. Lift your chest, slide your right toes back, low runner's lunge. Plant down through both palms, sweep the left leg high, three-legged dog, and then exhale, set it right back down to your mat. Take a breath in, open up your mouth, big exhale. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Bend the knees, take a little walk. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. As we rise up, draw the right knee up to the chest and then wrap your hand around the ankle. We'll take your variation of tree pose, sole of the foot to the calf, kickstand, or all the way up to the inner thigh. Hands at heart center in prayer, and then grow your branches. Return your hands through prayer, release the right foot down, reach down and pick up the left foot, finding your kickstand, sole of the foot to the calf or inner thigh. Find prayer, set your gaze, and when you're ready, grow your branches. Full expression of tree. Exhale, release the foot, forward fold, dive down. Palms to shins, halfway lift. And then high plank, step back. Rock forward on your breath in. Lower on your breath out. Inhale, open across your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna go through that flow one time a little more briskly. So right leg high on the inhale. Exhale, step forward, modified crescent lunge. Breathe in. Open arm twist to the right. One breath in, one breath out. Sweep low through the right hand, regain full crescent. Exhale, lightning crescent. Pause here, breathe in and out. Rise back up, slide that left foot forward. Pyramid, fold over the right leg. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Slide the right foot back. Three-legged dog, right leg high. And release. Pick up the left leg, three-legged. Exhale, hug it in. Step forward. Drop the right knee. Modified crescent, reach up. Open arm twist off to the left. Sweep that left fingertip down. Rise up, full crescent. Lightning crescent, sweep your arms back. One breath in, one breath out. Rise back up, slide the right foot forward. Pyramid on the exhale. Lift the chest, re-slide the right toes back. Three-legged dog, and release. Take a little walk to the middle of your mat, and we're gonna take a seat and set up for a hamstring stretch where we're gonna draw the inner the inner right thigh and the sole of the left foot together. Turn your body to face towards your right toes, and then we're gonna fold over the right leg, stretching the side body and the hamstrings. Work your way back up to a tall spine and switch sides, drawing the inner sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh. Turn your torso towards that left leg and fold out over it. Work your way all the way back up to that tall spine and send your right leg out long beside the left. We're going to take a seated twist, which reach your arms up high overhead, and then take both arms over to the right side body. Look over the right shoulder. Take a big breath in and twist on the exhale. Rise up, arms reach. And twist off to the left. One breath in, one breath out. Arms back up through the midline, and then one vertebrae at a time, slowly lower your body all the way down to the mat. Arms rest out from the torso at about a 45-degree angle. Separate the feet, let that natural external rotation occur through the hips and on down the legs. And close your eyes down, setting yourself up for final rest. One last dose of calm to harness and gather your energy to bring forward with you throughout the rest of your day. go ahead and bring some life back into your fingers and your toes by giving them a little wiggle. And gently nod your head from shoulder to shoulder. And take a full body stretch. Reach your arms high overhead. Point your toes out long. Sip in a breath of air. Open up your mouth. And gently roll off to your favorite side, taking a fetal position. Giving yourself a lot of love and compassion for your practice today. And then press yourself up to a seat. Thank you so much for joining me for today's mindful movement class called Rise and Shine. I hope it felt wonderful in your body. And I hope you go forward and take great care of yourself today and throughout the rest of your week. If you did have any questions in particular for me, you can go ahead and direct them to me via email. It's diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. I hope you have yourself a wonderful day, and I can't wait until I get to catch up with you again soon in my next live or recorded class. Until that time, take great care, and I will see you soon.